Hello everyone, welcome again to the channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos and welcome in today's episode. Now in this video, we're going to be discussing why you only have 80 days left to prepare for what is coming. Now stick around until the end of this video because we're going to be sharing some really important information in today's episode. Now before we go ahead, don't forget to hit the like, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're new to the channel, because it really helps spread the word about Casper to as many people as possible. Now let's get in today's video. We're going to start with this post from WatcherGuru, which says President Trump to announce next Fed chair very soon. Now we have seen several attempts of Donald Trump to try to pressure Jerome Powell so that he can do exactly what he wants, but it seems like Jerome Powell is ignoring everything that Donald Trump is saying. But now I think it's time for Donald Trump to have a decisive action, and what he's decided to do is that he's going to announce the next Fed chair soon. This post from Reuters, which says Trump says decision on Fed chair will be out very soon. So if you relate what Donald Trump is saying and what is going to happen in the next 8 days, I think it is going to be really massive. So stick around because I am going to be revealing everything in this video. So let's go with this post from Casper, which says that the SEC chair Paul Atkins has clarified that proof of work mining is not a securities transaction, confirming that networks like Bitcoin and Litecoin fall outside securities regulations. This is also positive news for Casper, which runs on a fair launch decentralized proof of work model with no pre-mines or pre-sale. Miners on Casper contribute computation work and are rewarded directly by the protocol, fitting the SEC's outlined criteria. The update brings greater regulatory clarity for Casper and strengthens confidence in its long-term viability as a decentralized proof of work network. So when other cryptocurrencies are looking for regulatory clarity, when even stablecoins have no regulatory clarity, we know exactly that proof of work cryptocurrencies, for example Bitcoin and Casper, already have regulatory clarity. These are the only cryptocurrencies that have been put aside and said these are the real ones. These are the good cryptocurrencies. But when you have other cryptocurrencies, for example Ethereum, Solana, XRP, they are still fighting the SEC in order for them to get this stamp that they are not securities. So this is really massive. So people are going to start to look for cryptocurrencies with regulatory clarity. You don't want to be involved in something that is unpredictable. You don't know if it is a security or it's a commodity or it's whatever. Most of the investors hate uncertainty, and when you have a cryptocurrency that is uncertain when it comes to regulatory clarity, I think that's a big turn-off when it comes to investing. But the good thing is that you have Casper, which is proof of work, decentralized, no pre-mines, no pre-sales. That fits the SEC good crypto criteria. So we also have this announcement which says that Senator Loomis says the Genius Act and the stablecoin bill will be passed next week. And some people still think crypto is dead. The haters need to wake up. The good thing about the Genius Act and the stablecoin bill is that it's going to attract a lot of big players, I mean the institutions, because one of the things that is preventing these institutions to get involved in crypto is because of regulatory uncertainty. And this is a good thing. This is a good announcement, because once there is good regulations and laws to be followed, I think it's going to allow these big institutions to come in with so much volume into the crypto space. And if regulatory clarity is provided, I think most of the money is going to be flowing into Casper. So this is something that you really have to pay attention about. We also have this tweet from Crypto Lady, which says that the more they try to push it down, the harder cash will explode to the surface. Pressure is not weakness, it's a launchpad. Now when you look at the price of Casper, it is at 0.08. The price of Casper, it is at 0.089 with the market cap of 2.36 billion. Now a cryptocurrency like Casper, you might think that it is not supposed to be at the price of 0.8. It should be at the price of above $1 at least, $3, $5, $10, however you estimate Casper's price to be. But the sad thing is that Casper is still at 0.08 and most of the people are still ignoring Casper right now. Now one thing that you have to understand is that when the price of anything gets suppressed for a long period of time, you have to understand that there's going to be a parabolic move. There's going to be a really big price explosion, and I can't wait to see this happen when it comes to Casper. So we have this statement from Fred Thiel, who is the CEO of Marathon, saying that Casper is one of the up and coming coins. So he said this back in July 2024, and I believe this is actually true. Casper is still early. It is one of the up and coming coins. Of course, we have seen Casper previously had a big rally. Casper had good times, but I think all of these good times are going to happen again in this bull run. We haven't seen Casper participate in any type of bull run, so expect something to happen when it comes to Casper. Now, the reason I said that you only have 8 days to pick the right side to be in, I think it's because we have Fed decision on June 18th and 17th. So this is something that has risen a lot of questions, and most of the people, when you look at the sentiment, it says that 97.6% believe that there is not going to be any change when it comes to interest rates. Most of the people believe that the Fed is not going to cut the interest rates, which is 97.6% of the people believe that the interest rates are not going to change. They're going to remain the same. You have only 2.1% which believe that there's going to be a 25 basis point decrease, and you have only less than 1% which believes that there's only going to be a 50 basis point decrease in interest rates. Now, the good thing is that the masses are always wrong. When you look at the statistics, when you look at the analysis, if you see that most of the people think in a certain way, just believe that these big players are going to act in a different way, because you can see these statistics. 97.6% of the people don't believe that the Fed is going to change interest rates. Now, due to the information that I shared with you in the beginning of this video, whereby we said Trump says decision on Fed chair will be out soon, I believe there's a lot of pressure when it comes to Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell is feeling the heat now, because we can see other central banks, for example, the European Central Bank is cutting interest rates. We have this announcement saying that we cut our interest rates by 0.25 percentage points. Inflation is currently around our 2% target. Now, the Fed is under more pressure because other central banks are cutting interest rates, and also Donald Trump wants him to cut interest rates. Otherwise, he is going to replace him with another Fed chair. So I think this might be a very crucial moment that we have to observe when it comes to the monetary policy decision. So this is very massive, and I think if you're positioned well, you're going to see a lot of gains. If, let's say, Jerome Powell decides that he starts cutting interest rates, I think it's going to be interesting. We have another announcement from Donald Trump, because Donald Trump seems like he's not going to let Jerome Powell go until he cuts interest rates. Fed should cut interest rates by a full point. This is what Trump says. He wants interest rates cut by a full point. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you believe that on 18th Jerome Powell is going to cut interest rates, or we expect nothing is going to happen? So pay attention to these dates, 17th and 18th, because something big is going to happen. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. This is it for today, and thank you so much for watching. See you in the next episode.